Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. Today we are doing Lesson 3, the slope formula. So let's take a closer look at that. Remember what a slope is. It's the angle of the line. So normally we'd use rise over run. So to find the slope of the graph, Jose chose 2 points shown and counted the rise to be 2. Okay, this is the rise. And he counted 1, 2. Remember, it's the whole box. You're going one side of a box, two side of a box. And then the run to be 6. He used these values to set up the ratio 2 to 6. So rise over run, and the run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he set up the ratio 2 over 6 because, of course, ratio is rise over run to get the slope m. All right, so using the y values in the ordered pairs, how could Jose have found the rise? Okay, the y values. So let's take another look at that. X, y is each point is an x and a y. This point is x and y also. But to get the rise, I just want to look at the y's. I want to look at the 5 and the 7. So using the y values in the ordered pair, how else could I? Well, I could do y minus y, which in this case would be 7 minus 5, to get a slope of 2. So m would still be, sorry, not m. The rise would still be 2. Come on, Bono. Learn to use whiteout. You can do this. So my rise is 2. Now we're going to do the run. So the run is x minus x, or 9 minus 3. And 9 minus 3 is still 6, and that would be my run of 6. So rise over run would be 2 over 6, which reduces down to 1/3. All right. On the bottom, what we're going to do is learn a new formula, the slope formula. So let's talk about this. Here we go, the slope formula. In a linear relationship, linear is line, 2 ordered pairs, x1 and y1, the slope can be found using the slope formula below. So the second y value minus the first y value. Slope is m, as always, and the second x value minus the first x value. I'm going to be using my highlighter a lot, so if you don't have a highlighter, that's okay. Use 2 different colored pencils. It also will work. So here's my second y and my second x. And I'm just going to write down the points here. This point is at -4, -1. And I'm going to use my highlighter for the other point, my next point, which is going to be at +2, +1. And now I'm going to label x1, y1, and x2, y2. So I'm going to say that x1, y1 is this first point on the bottom here at -4, -1. And then I'm going to do x2, y2, and I'm going to highlight it because it makes it easier for me, as 2, 1. So x2, y2 is going to be the point 2, 1. So my x1 is -4, my y1 is -1, my x2 is 2, and my y2 is 1. So I'm going to use this formula where I'm going to say y2 minus y1, so 1 minus -1. Oof, that's going to be a lot, right? So here, let me just put some highlight here. You know, I always highlight before I write because otherwise it's a mess. So y2 minus y1, 1 minus -1. 1 minus -1 over x2 minus x1, 2 minus negative 4. And now I'm going to grab my handy-dandy calculator because I'm going to put this in my calculator for 2 reasons. One, the calculator will reduce it to lowest terms automatically. I don't have to think too much. And 2, it's just easier, less mistakes between subtracting negatives and remembering keep, change, and blah, 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 blah. Good. So you start with n over d. So you push that button first. Push the n over d button first. So I'm going to come over here and put it on the side so you can see what I'm doing. So n over d first. 1 minus negative 1. Remember, that's a minus sign, and that is a negative. Minus is an operation. Negative tells you that it's, negative. Bono, really? So n over d first. Oh, what did I just do? Clear that. N over d, 1 minus negative 1 over 2. Oh, I almost made that mistake. Let's finish that mistake, see what happens. 2 minus negative 4. What's it going to tell me? Syntax error. If that happens, hit clear, and then you'll see it's flashing where the mistake is made. So if I change that to a minus sign and hit enter, it gives me the answer 1/3. So this answer is 1/3. So my slope, m, is 1/3. Yay! I like to call this plug and chug. Plug the numbers into the formula, chug them through with the calculator, and you will get your answers. So let's try page 62. Using the slope formula. First, label the ordered pairs with x1, y1, and x2, y2. Me, I always like to make my x2 and my y2 highlighted. Why? It makes it easier in the end. So this is x1 and y1. This is x2 and y2. It's going to be y minus y over x minus x. Ooh, what if I do them backwards? Just check yourself before you wreck yourself. We are going to put this in where substitute the label values from step 1 into the slope formula and subtract. Pay attention to signs. I am. So this is going to be 9 minus 1. y2 minus y1. 9 minus 1 over 7 minus 3. And if I put that into the calculator, n over d first, 9 minus 1 on top, 7 minus 3 on the bottom, and I get 2. Yay! M equals 2. If you use a calculator, you don't have to reduce things. If you don't use a calculator, you're going to get 9 minus 1 is 8. 7 minus 3 is 4. 8 divided by 4 is still 2. But, yeah, I don't want to do all that. Use a calculator. M is 2. Okay. So now you try it. I'm going to tell you right now, pause this video and do the work. I'll wait for you. I hope you paused the video. I really do. It does make it so much easier. Now, see, I was very nice and I typed the formula for you. And I'm going to highlight my y2 and my x2. While I have my highlighter in my hand, I'm going to do the second one. And down here, I'm also going to do that one. I'm going to write the formula, and then I'm going to put the numbers into the formula. I already have the formula, so I just have to put the numbers into the formula. So, start by labeling. x1, y1, x2, y2. Subtract y2 minus y1. In other words, negative 5 minus 1 over 2 minus 4. x2 minus x1, 2 minus 4. You might notice that the y2 is over the x2. That's going to help. Put that in the calculator. Clear. N over D. Negative 5 minus 1 over 2 minus 4. And it's going to not only answer it for me, but remind me that it's positive 3. So that's 3. M equals 3. Yay, puffy cloud of happiness. Oh, no puffy cloud, just a fluffy cloud. So write the formula first. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Rise over run still. So now I have x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1, 4 minus 2 on top, then 6 minus negative 3. 6 minus negative 3. Yeah, I'm putting that in a calculator for sure. So back over here with my happy calculator, and let's see, N over D first, 4 minus 2 over 6 minus negative 3. Enter. Look at that. It reduces it and everything, and I get 2 over 9. So M equals 2 over 9. I like a puffy cloud of happiness. There's my answer. That's right. All right, now we're at the checkpoint. Let's see how you guys can do. Turn off the video and do it. Did you turn off the video? Come on, turn off the video. Try the problem. You've got this. All right, I'm hoping you have this. So let's write the formula. And then we're going to substitute in the numbers. Then we're going to get the answers. So first, x1, y1, x2, y2. The formula M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Almost forgot my dividing line. Okay, so now let's put in the numbers. y2 minus y1. 0 minus negative 2 over x2 minus x1. 4 minus 4. All right, let's put that in calculator, see what we get. Clear this. N over D. Oh, I want you to be able to see it. Here we go. 0 minus negative 2 over 4 minus 4. And we got, oh, remember that? Divide by 0 error? I'm going to write that down. Divide by 0 error. And what does that mean, divide by 0 error? Do you remember? It means the slope is undefined. Okay, so this means the slope is undefined. The slope is undefined. That's going to keep coming back a lot. Okay, let's try the next page. The next page is practice. Practice, practice, practice. And that, my friends, is all you. Turn this video off and try these practice problems. Come on, you can do it. Here's hoping. All right, so I'm highlighting the second one. Remember, I got to put the formula first. Then I have to substitute in the numbers. And since I have my highlighter in my hand, I'm going to do some highlighting for everything. I like to highlight before I write because then my highlighter doesn't get all messy. So yeah, that's just me. I'm a highlighter. Way back. I'm giving myself a little space for a change. Ooh, Space Invader. I'll get to that last one in a minute. Here we go. Back up here, I have to first write down x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. The formula, M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Yes, I am going to write the formula every single time I use it, and you should too. Move that up a little bit, and I'm going to put my numbers in. 1 minus 4, y2 minus y1, 1 minus 4, over x2 minus x1, 5 minus 3. That's going in a calculator because no mathing for me. Clear, clear, clear. And over d, 1 minus 4 over 5 minus 3. Oh, look at that. I made a mess. All right, 1 minus 4 over 5 minus 3. Be careful. Always look before you do it. And then I got negative 3 over 2. So my slope, m equals negative 3 over 2. A little puffy cloud of happiness. And it's beautiful. There we go. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Fill in my numbers. x1, y1, x2, y2. 2 minus negative 6 over 5 minus negative 3. And I get 1. If I put that in a calculator, I get 1. M equals 1. Puffy cloud of happiness. There we go. Try the next two. Okay. x1, y1. Always label x1, y1, x2, y2. Always label things. And then write the formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Oh, I forgot to write the m equals. M equals. Make sure you have the whole thing on there. 9 minus 3 over 9 minus 5. And, go back, put that in my calculator. 9 minus 3 over 9 minus 5. I think it's, it's 3 over 2. Kind of like the first one. So my slope m is 3 over 2. And some happiness. Yay, math. Okay, next one. x1, y1, x2, y2. Write the formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Write it every single time. 1 minus negative 7 over negative 4 minus negative 2. And let's see, what do I get? 8 over negative 2. Negative 4, I think, is the answer. But why think when you can math? 1 minus negative 7 over negative 4 minus negative 2 is negative 4. Look at that. So my slope m equals negative 4. Ooh, such happiness. Now on here, they didn't tell me which was 0.1 and 0.2. So I'm just going to have to put it down for myself. I am going to put the lower point first, 2, 0, and then negative 3, 3. Listen, it's not going to change anything. If you wrote it in reverse, it's still going to work out. x1, y1, x2, y2. Write the formula. Always got to be writing down that formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 3 minus 0 over negative 3 minus 2. And I get m, oh, I didn't put the thing. m equals -3/5. Whee! Puffy cloud of happiness. And that's my last answer. Take care. Bye.